Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championship.
Luke, here we are, World Championship launch day. How does it feel going back to Alexandra Palace this year?
I don't know, I've not been there yet. I don't know. Obviously, this year will be a lot different. It's not defence of my World Championship, so there's not that extra added pressure on you, which I didn't really feel last year anyway. But, you know, it's going to be exciting because it's a new format, a new sort of situation, new prize money, everything's new. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Does it feel different not having that target on your back heading towards the World Championship this year?
Not really, because even if you have got a target on your back, you only feel it if you worry about it too much. But of course, I still have got a target on my back because everybody wants to make that world final, and there's going to be 63 other players wanting to take me down and stop me from making that final. And then obviously, whoever you play in the final, that person's going to want to take you down as well. So there is a target on my back as well. But obviously, Luke's going to have a much more one on his back.
Well, obviously, you know how this feels going back to Alexandra Palace to try and defend the title. Is it a different kind of pressure going there as defending champion and as not, like this year for you? Not
really. I really didn't feel the pressure last year, even though I didn't play very well. But I didn't feel it as much. I don't know why. I thought I was going to feel it a lot, but I didn't. I don't think Luke will either. To be honest, I think when you've won so many titles, I feel like it feels like just another one that you're defending that you've already done before. So, yeah, I didn't feel it. He might, but all depends on the draw. You get a tough one to start off with. Yeah, it can be hard work then.
Well, on that draw, is there anyone that you don't want?
I'd be silly to say there's anybody because obviously, you know, there's certain players that are better than others, but there's not anyone specifically I don't want to play. I know everyone wants me to say Bo because she's great and the crowd's going to be on our side, but yeah, you don't want to play her because she's a good player. But yeah, I don't think there's anyone specifically that you're like, oh, I really want to miss that person desperately. But yeah, if you could give me an easier draw, I'll take it. But I don't know if there's any easy draws anymore.
Over the last month, are you glad all the nonsense now around you being asked constantly about what's going to happen, the world #1 spot, ECT, you all glad that's all now done and out of the way?
It won't. Well, if I make the final, it won't be, will it? Because it'll be mentioned again because I can get it back. So, yeah, I mean, if you're kind of in the conversation, it's a good thing because it means you're close. You know, if you're not in the conversation, it means you're nowhere near. Yeah. So, yeah, of course, it was a scenario that I tried dragging out as long as I physically could, and I almost kept dragging it out. But, yeah, he was... If you look back at the last 2 years, he's definitely been the best player out of everyone. So there's a chance for me to get it back if I win the Worlds.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you very much.
Taking it.
All right, Luke. Thank you very much for your time. Obviously, 2 games potentially before Christmas, which is the first time in a while you'll have had to have done that. Is that a little bit of a different approach with having to go back to Ali Pali if you win your first round game?
I think it'd be a good thing for the fact of last year I played my first game. I didn't play for like 11 days. This year, that ain't going to happen. You know, you're going to play, and then you're probably going to have 5-6 days off, then you're going to play again. And then you're probably going to have 4 or 5 days off, then you start again. So you're not really having that long break that can hinder you maybe. So I think it's probably the fairest way of doing it now, like just 128 players all in the same, same position. You're not having people playing a game before you actually then toe to the hockey. So I think this is probably the right way to have the World Championships.
Even apart from your World Championship win, you've got a really good record in Alexandra Palace. Is it something that really sparks those positive memories for you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've got a lot of good memories there. I've achieved a lot there. Made the quarterfinals 3 times, obviously won it. So, you know, when you've got them memories, you kind of feel like get yourself into that quarterfinal situation, then you can go on and really go on to win the title. I mean, I look at it in like 2 different tournaments. You've got to get through them first early round games, get yourself into after Christmas. That's when the real tournament starts, or when you've got to be really at your best. So, yeah, I look at it like 2 different tournaments.
And your performances over the last couple of months have been in a really, really good place. You must be really happy with your games, like going into the most important part of the year.
Yeah, I think I've, in the last couple of months, probably played the best darts that I've ever played, to be honest, on the big stage in a consistent manner. When I won in 2023, I was playing good, but I think that if you look at the stats, my World Grand Prix was a better tournament average. My World Grand Slam was better average than I did when I won it. And the European Championship's the best running average I've had since I've ever played in it. So, you know, 3 tournaments on the trot. Players' Championship didn't go my way, but I'm one of them players that kind of takes it on the chin. You're not going to always be making major finals every single time. So just one bad tournament, and the Worlds I feel pretty confident about. Obviously, 1 game a day does suit me as well.
It's been a little while since you've been sort of the chaser in the darts world. Is it a little bit of a different feeling now being in in that position. So when you were Sky interview after the Grand Slam final, you seemed kind of a little bit relieved, I guess, to be in that position again.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not chasing anybody. I'm just chasing my own dreams of winning more world championships. I'm not worrying about anybody else. If there's one person in front of me or 10 people in front of me, you can't chase people because it never works out well for you. So for me, I'm only chasing one thing, and that's to keep achieving my dreams. And me to win a world championship was amazing, but now I want to win another, and I want to win multiple. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this year. If I can produce some of the level that I have done over the last couple of weeks, months, then I'll stand a good chance of doing it.
So, thanks for your time. You said to Josh there, you said over the past few weeks that you think that you're playing the best darts at the moment in your career. Why is that? Is there something at this time of year that you do differently to get to your peak, or is it just something deep within you elite players where when you know it's the most important time of the year, you just find something extra?
One of the things I do notice is that when I'm playing a lot, I'm playing like major after major after major, and there's so much darts. I feel like I'm at my best because I'm not having days off, 3 or 4 days off, and then losing a bit of that ability, and then having to have a week's work to get it back again. After the Premier League, I was a bit subdued from the fact that I weren't practicing as hard as I usually do, and kind of see the dip in my form. But as soon as the season come back in and it was into full swing, I was playing really well again. So I do think that's a part of it. But also, I think with me slowing my throw down, I think it's really helped me. I think it's turned me into a new player that feels much more confident when he's up there. Just add the two together, and I feel like I am playing the best darts I have done, especially in a consistent manner.
When we spoke to Luke Littler earlier, he said that because you and Luke are so far ahead of everyone else, that Michael Van Geren may be scared that you two could really, go into the distance and the rankings. And Michael suggested maybe moving it to a points-based system. Number one, do you think Michael and other players are scared of you two? And two, do you think they should look at the ranking system because of the 1 million now world champion?
I mean, that's what someone would say if they're not the top, isn't it? I said that's what someone would say if they're not me and Luke. You would say let's have a points because it helps it subtract to you if it's in your favour, then, isn't it? So I don't really care whether it's points based or money, whatever it is. I don't care, but I don't think if it was points based, we'd still be the top two. I don't think anything changes, does it? Like, I think I made 15 major finals in the last 2 years. I don't think if you do it on points it'd be any different, to be honest. But yeah, whatever way you do it, I don't care. But I don't think the rank. I think Luke would still be number one, and I would still be number two.
How would you assess your year so far? We know the World Championship can make or break a season, but up to press, if you saw what you did at the start of this year and this is what you would achieve, would you be satisfied with it?
On paper, I'd have taken it, but then once you then played in 5 and you won the first 2 and lost the next 3, it's yours. What? Kind of like, maybe one of the 3, then I'd have been a little bit more pleased. It's always disappointing when you lose 3 majors in a row, but then I won 3 majors in a row before that, so you've got to take the rough with the smooth. It can't always go your way, and I have played pretty decent in all 3 of them finals, so just not at my optimal best. So if I can step my foot on the gas a little bit more, be a bit more clinical in them big games, and I can taste a bit more major tournament wins.
Just one more from me. You said at the Grand Slam that when you was world number 1, you felt like you maybe didn't get the attention. If you was to win the World Championship, now that we all know how good Luke is, do you think you'll start getting that attention more because you are the world champion in the era where Luke has almost swept the board this year?
Probably not. No, I don't think much would change, to be fair, but I guess it's not down to anybody but the media to change that. But I know what I said, but it was the true saying. But obviously, I'm not really that fussed about it too much because I've said many times, I've achieved my dreams and kind of was happy with what I've done in the last 2 years. But I do think, maybe if I win one this year, that maybe people will step back and go, yeah, he's actually done pretty well, to be fair, because I've had to deal with one of the best players the darts has ever seen in my era, and I'm winning majors in it. So it's not been easy.
Thank you.
Luke, can I just ask you?
Yeah.
Do you want to be centre of attention? Are you recognised now when you go out? Do you have to go out in a suit or whatever so that you're not seen?
I mean, no, I don't want to be centre of attention. Of course, that's not something that any player is going to ask for. I get recognised a lot, but it's not about being recognised or being centre of attention. It was my comment was more about appreciation, about what I've achieved and stuff. But there's been a lot of people ask me this question today, but I think it's irrelevant now. I think I said what I said at the Grand Slam, and that's kind of it.
Can you tell me about your throwdown? What prompted it, and how do you do that? That to me sounds, when you're an elite athlete, that sounds like a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah, well, I just think sometimes when I'm throwing too quick, I'm throwing them like they're thrown all over the place, and I'm not grouping them together enough. And I feel like that happens when you throw too quickly. So I just, I've not exactly slowed my throw down so much where I'm throwing like seconds slower. It's just a little tiny pause on the backswing a little bit, which helps, control the float of the way I was floating through the air a bit more, which was intentionally done because I felt like I just couldn't get a rhythm thrown too quick, and it's just helped me.
In the gaps between matches, you talked about last year you had 11 days. How do you peak for the action part of the tournament? How do you change your routine ready for those big matches?
Yeah, I think when you're playing consistently, you're playing once every 2 days. When you get to like the last 16, you're not having more than 1 day off them. So I feel like you're in the zone then. You're kind of fully focused, fully involved in playing every other day, and then quarters and semis and finals. I think it's all in one day after day after day. So yeah, I think I love it when it comes all fast and furious.
Let me just ask you a slightly more general question. Have you ever thought if we could be played darts or didn't play darts, what would we do that? Why you do?
Probably doing what I was doing before, roofer. Yeah, I kind of did that for about 6-7 years before I was a professional dart player. So I guess I would still be doing the same thing. I don't know, to be honest.
And you wouldn't change the team?
No, not at all.
I bet you were a good roofer though, weren't you?
I was actually, yeah. I was a really good roofer, to be fair, but I'm a little bit better at this.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championship.
To change your